You're here because you want to improve your English, right? Well, here's the deal. Most people fail because they haven't got a plan. Today, I'm going to give you a 1-hour routine that you can do every day to level up your English fast. Now, I have a warning. This is not for people who are kind of serious. This is for people who want results. This is 1 hour every day for 30 days. If you can do this, I guarantee you will see huge improvements to your English. And stick around to the end because I've got 7 tips that will make this routine much easier to stick to. When I was studying Japanese, I realized something. Just using my textbook wasn't enough. I needed a system that would attack multiple skills at the same time. I needed a way to improve my reading, writing, speaking, listening, vocabulary, but I didn't have 6 hours a day to study. That's where this 1-hour routine comes from. It's broken down so that you improve everything, not just one specific area. This is where real improvement comes from. So let's take a look at this 1-hour routine. You're going to start with 15 minutes of listening. Why? Well, if you can't understand, you can't communicate. Pick a podcast, a YouTube channel, a TV show, whatever. The goal here is to listen and try to understand the main idea. Don't get stuck on every word you don't understand. You're trying to understand the big picture. If you want to take this to the next level, try listening to different accents. British accents, American accents, Australian, South African. This is going to make you a better and more flexible listener. Next, we've got 10 minutes of reading. Reading boosts your vocabulary and your comprehension. So find a blog, a book, an article, whatever it is, and make sure it's something that you are interested in. I'm studying Spanish just now, and what I like to do is ask ChatGPT to write a text at my level in whatever topic I'm interested in. It's really easy. Check the video description for the prompt that I use. Reading is where you're going to build up your vocabulary, but don't worry about understanding every single word. Pick out a few words that you want to study later, but just read without putting too much pressure on yourself. Next, we're going to do 10 minutes of vocabulary. I recommend using an app like Quizlet. It's a flashcard app. And you're not going to study individual words, you're going to study sentences. So what I would do is you'd have sentences in your language and then sentences in English, okay? And when you test yourself, you're going to see the sentence in your language and you need to produce the sentence in English. So this is active. This is active recall. You're going from your language into your target language, which is English. This is much harder than just looking at the English sentence and trying to understand it. It's really important that you try to use the word. Don't just memorize it. Can you actually put it into a sentence? This is active vocabulary. That's what we want, not just passive, active. When you're adding vocabulary from your reading or your listening, choose carefully. You don't have to learn every single new word. Choose words that you actually think could be useful and you want to use. 10 new words a day is awesome. If you can keep that going for 30 days, that's 300 new words that you know and can use in your speaking and your writing. If you're getting value from this video, please do me a huge favor by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with your friends. It really helps the channel to grow. Speaking is the hardest skill for most students, without a doubt, so let's do that next. We're going to do 10 minutes of speaking. You can choose something that you read earlier or listened to and try to talk about it for 10 minutes with as few pauses as possible. This is a way for you to practice your fluency. You don't need a partner for this. You can record yourself, and I recommend recording a video of yourself, not just audio. Take your smartphone, record yourself, and upload your recording to YouTube as a private video, so only you can see it. The reason for this is that you'll be able to compare your day 1 and day 2 videos with your day 29 and day 30 videos. With speaking, it's really hard to notice your progress because it happens very slowly. But if you compare your day 1, day 2 videos with your day 29, day 30 videos, you will see that improvement. Next, we have 10 minutes of writing. So you can take something that you listened to earlier or something you read earlier, and you can try to write about it. The goal here is to organize your thoughts and express yourself in writing. So here, grammar is more important. With speaking, we want to practice fluency, so some mistakes are okay. With writing, accuracy is more important. So try to focus on getting your grammar correct. Next, we've got 5 minutes of grammar. What can you do with 5 minutes? You can fix the problems that you've been struggling with. It could be tenses, it could be sentence structures, it could be any other common mistakes that you're making. Go online, find a website, take some quizzes, and test yourself. This is where you can really fix all these issues that you've been having. I've been doing this for my Spanish. If I start to notice that I'm making mistakes with something, I get online and I test myself again and again until I start getting those things correct. The British Council and EnglishClub.com have some great quizzes that you can do for free on their websites. The links are in the description below. And that's your 1 hour study routine. So ask yourself, what was hard? What was easy? What did I learn? This is also a good time to try to set goals for tomorrow. So for example, you might think, I'll listen to the same episode of the podcast I listened to today, but I'm going to try to catch some of the words that I missed. Maybe in your speaking, you want to try to pause a little bit less. So whatever goals are relevant to you, now is a good time to think about it, to plan for tomorrow. If you're serious about improving your English, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. So why does this routine work? It works because it's a clear plan. Most people don't have a clear plan when they study. They might read one day, they might watch a video another day, but they don't practice all of the skills that they need. This routine makes sure that you're practicing a little bit of listening, reading, speaking, writing, grammar, and vocabulary every day. So you're not just watching and listening, you're learning new words and you're using them. This is how you can make progress fast. And by breaking the hour into short, easy parts, you don't get bored. You're changing activities every 10 or 15 minutes, and that helps to keep your brain active. And lastly, because you are committed to doing this every day, you start to develop consistency, and consistency is really the secret when learning anything. If you can do this for 30 days, you will be amazed by the improvement in your English. As promised, here are 7 tips to help you stick to this routine. The first tip is to schedule it. When are you going to do this hour of study? If it's first thing in the morning, great. Maybe you've got some time in the afternoon or in the evening. Whatever it is, pick your time and stick to it. Tip number 2 is prepare in advance. Have everything ready. Don't waste time looking for stuff. So what are you going to read? What are you going to listen to? For writing, where are you going to write? Are you writing on your computer? Are you writing in a notebook? Have everything ready so that you don't waste time. Have bookmarks on your computer so you can find the websites where you're going to do your practice quizzes. Preparation is really important to get the most out of this 1 hour of study. Tip number 3 is to find a quiet place to study. Make sure your desk is clear and there's no distractions so you can focus fully for the 1 hour. Tip 4 is to eliminate distractions. Make sure that your phone is on Do Not Disturb, because any kind of distraction is going to eat away at your 1 hour of study. Tip number 5 is to use a timer. Stick to the times that I suggested so that you don't go over that 1 hour of study. This is really important because it helps you to focus. When you know you've only got 10 minutes to do something, you can really focus hard for those 10 minutes. Tip number 6 is to track your progress. What I like to do is on my calendar, I'll put a red circle around the days that I've completed. It's really good for my motivation. I can see that I'm building this consistent habit. And tip number 7 is to take time each week to plan the week that's coming. For me, I like to do this on a Saturday afternoon. I stop and I think, what am I going to be reading? what podcasts do I want to be listening to or videos I want to be watching. It helps you be prepared. Again, you're not going to waste time looking for materials when you actually want to just sit down and study. So try this routine for 30 days. Let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear about your progress. In the meantime, you can check out these videos to keep leveling up your English. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.